In Switzerland they speak lots of different languages. The main language is German. About 60% of the population speak German, and that covers the area of Switzerland which of course is nearest Germany, where we are now. Swiss francs. The exchange rate is 2.5 to the pound, 1.5 to the dollar, so 2.5 to the pound, 1.5 to the dollar. So for lunch you can spend Swiss francs if you have them this afternoon in Liechtenstein. So any currency for lunch. Make sure though you spend your German coins.
Time is about 11:20. We are passing through land.
And Schaffhausen is where you find the Rhine Falls, the largest waterfalls in Europe. Well, in a moment we're going to see the River Rhine. This isn't the point at which the Rhine is navigable, because obviously it's too narrow, too fast flowing, and also there's a huge waterfall. However, in the past, people did used to try and take boats down the river at this point, just small boats carrying small cargo. They'd get to Schaffhausen, the boats would be unloaded, and then they'd be reloaded again past the waterfall. So Schaffhausen grew up just because it was the place where the boatmen unloaded until Basel. That's a couple of 100 kilometers away, to produce the electricity for this region. And the grey buildings you can see on the left.
This is the tour guide. This is camera shy. Rhine Fall at Switzerland.
Stay here. Stay here.
Just wait here. Fiona.
Magnificent. It's very cold here.
Yeah. Red one.
Thousands. Those are vines that are growing up the side of the fortified walls and the towers of the castle. You find many castles on the River Rhine. To protect the river, to
Mira
miles across the lake from Switzerland to Germany. And the lake, it's about 40 miles. The River Rhine starts up in the mountains in Switzerland. It flows down very fast into Lake Constance. The river is filled with the water from the melting snow up in the mountains. It flows through Lake Constance. Lots of sailing regattas and windsurfing on the lake. It's always
Time is 1:45 p.m. We are speeding through Switzerland. Mount Hell. We just had our lunch in Lexington, small principality. This is the place where we had our lunch. Pushpa and Lexington just after this is the town center of Lexington, and we are leaving for Austria after this. Yeah. Pushpa at Lexington.
Looking after the animals. Also, Austria has no natural resources like the Alps works with hydroelectricity, and so big cities to grow up, you need industry. Travelers checks. You put your passport number on the back of each travel 10 and tour departure date the 5th of November. If you have a look at the bottom of your check, you can also pay by personal check. For who you make it payable to, just leave it blank, and on the back you put your passport number, tour departure date 5th of November, tour number 110. So I'm going to start collecting the money now. I'm going to start by collecting pounds, so pounds and US dollars, and the people with other currencies I'll get onto you later. With pounds and US dollars, would be getting them ready, please. I'm going to come and sit up the front, and can I ask you, please, when you come up, can you have all your travelers?
8th of November, P1. Time is about 7:40. We are at Pfaffenhofen, Austria, and we are about to have our breakfast. It's snowing outside. So this morning we have decided to have a break. We are not going to Innsbruck. It's a small village town. I'm going to school. November 1991. Time is 11 o'clock continental time. We are in Austria. We put up at this hotel, and now we are going out for a stroll. This place is known as Pfaffenhofen. This is the name of the place. Good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Can you introduce yourself for the folks in Malaysia?
I am Jasbir.
Yes.
I'm from Malaysia, I'm from Kluang.
Ah,
I'm a teacher.
yes.
I come here with my friend Rose, also a teacher. We are
Ah.
in the same school.
I see. So, how
Next time?
nice time? Is this a nice place?
Yeah.
Any problem so far?
Oh, no.
No problem. To you?
Good morning.
Right. Could you introduce yourself?
Well, as I've just heard,
Ah.
both from Kluang, Malaysia,
Ah,
this is our first time to Europe.
ah,
We are enjoying ourselves.
I
And
see.
last night, we had an enjoyable time
Ah,
at the Triolian Night Cultural Show.
I see.
The
So,
weather is a bit cold for me
cold.
though.
But it is tolerable. Majestic Alf. This is magnificent. Pushpa in Austria. Time is about 12 o'clock. Having a glass of milk. With delicious grapes.
They're delicious.
Well, that's Pushpa in Austria. Hello.
Drinking milk.
Hello. Macam?
Fine.
By the way.
Otherwise,
And
Yeah.
R. Sharma from Ipoh, Malaysia. Pushpa is the costume
next
they're
to
wearing. Still in Austria.
Set up the remember pressing on that. All the ways unoccupied. Pressing on that.
The Croce, the Lake of the Sacred Heart, the Sacred Cross, the Lake of the Sacred Cross, is our dinner onto our hotel, should be at our hotel by 30. Dinner at the hotel, and this evening the gondola serenade to see something of the lights of Venice. So that's the programme today, and to pick up the the Brenner.
Time लगभग 8 बज के तक 2 दिन ऑस्ट्रियाचा एक इन्सबुक लागे शहर है ਉਹਦਾ ਨਾਂ ਫਫਨ ਉੱਥੇ ਰਹੇ ਸਾਂ ਇਹ ਸੀਨਰੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਸੋਹਣੀ तो जर्मन और फ्रेंच दोनों मैं सोचता हूँ जिन्नत जिसको कहते हैं हिंदुस्तान और पाकिस्तान में कश्मीर है मगर यहाँ को जिन्नत यही है gunung-gunung yang diliputi oleh.
But you don't really have the feeling that you're going up over the mountains. And the highest point, there are 2 ways to cross the Brenner. You can take the Brenner, old Brenner Road, which we're going to take, which is more interesting because you go through the villages and of the scenery, north into Central Europe. And here, Hitler promised Mussolini that German troops would enter. Of course, by 1940, Hitler had already annexed for Hitler and Mussolini.
It's an engineering feat.
Which is called the Bridge of Europe, and it's 190 meters high. It takes you over the Sil Valley.
Sil Valley. Of November 1991, we are on our way to leave from Austria. जी वेरी नाइस आप भाई साहब आप गए अभी आप गाना गाइए अच्छा जी सुनाइए हाँ जल्दी करो गाना भी नहीं आता
All the gold of saints and all these paintings are very typical of the Alpine areas. If you look again on the left, see all the decorations, all the curls and swirls around the windows. And there are people whose profession it is just to go from village to village doing these paintings. They're done with a special paint so that they don't come off every year with the snow. And I think the paintings last 5-6 years before they have to be touched up. Often the paintings are religious because the people here are Catholic, very, very religious mountain people. And other times the paintings are connected with the profession of the family who live there. Dairy farmers, then there might be paintings of cows and milkmaids and milking stools. And if it's an inn or a pub, then maybe there'll be a painting of a man drinking huge beer. Anyway, it's all either normally religious or related to the professional occupation of the house. Something very typical of many villages. Unfortunately, though, now when they're building the new villages for ski resorts, of course they don't have these paintings normally. Form. Now the tax form normally comes in an envelope, and on the back of the envelope is a space for you to fill in your name and address. So make sure you filled in that part of it as well. And if you give me the three things you're thinking. Money for Italy. When you change money, it's for today's lunch, tomorrow's lunch, and 2 lots of evening drinks. Now, if you thought Austria and Germany were expensive, Italy is even more expensive. The exchange rate, and you'll get...
This is the famous bridge. It's the Bridge Europe, the highest bridge in Europe. We are crossing the border between Austria and Italy. All covered with ice, snow everywhere.